a lot more clear. It is something, let's just say, for example, you go to the store and you buy two cameras for like creative purposes, such as what I'm doing. The cameras are priced the same, like by market value, if that's the correct term. But then one camera is on sale that looks identical to the other camera. So you think, okay, both of the cameras are $89.99, right? You get them home, they say all the aspects like sharp color, blah, 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 follow you everywhere you go. I'm over exaggerating. 1,000,000,000% 4K Ultra. I put the cameras up, but why do they both look different? They say they both feature the same things. Bing, bing, bing. You're doing the comparing and contrasting like on Amazon. Put things up. One camera look like you're underwater. The other camera look like it's clear skies with American Airlines. I'm like, what the H? The camera's the same exact price. Say to do the same exact thing. Only difference is on that day, one of the cameras was like on sale. The store's running a sale. What is it? Isn't it Tuesday? Isn't it Cyber Tuesday? Cyber Tuesday only. This particular camera is $20 less. I'm like, hey, it's just weird how that works. That same thought can be applied with TVs too. Hey, how you doing over here? I need to do a sound and quality check for this cam too. Just one moment. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hey, I see you, Rhombus Rubus. Hey. So both cameras are cooking with grease, and this one is doing great too. So I'm saying that to say both cameras are the same. Oh, but I'm getting different qualities. And I think it's really cool, but it goes with the experience. Now I'm gonna say hi. I need to no I need to fix my screen so it will allow me to communicate. You know what I just did? I should have taken a picture of how I had the screen set up yesterday, because it was perfect, so I could be able to easily type and look up things. See, yeah, isn't it neat? Everybody's experience is different, and I like what's happening. So let me tell you guys hi over here too. That's what I'm having a good time with, doing the experience and seeing which is which, because everybody likes to watch on different platforms. Like we have the vertical, to which you guys are commenting on, and we have the horizontal, which is what I was talking about yesterday, like hamburger, hot dog. That's how our teacher taught us in elementary to differentiate between vertical and horizontal. You got a hamburger, a hot dog. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, so you guys can notice the difference. So Lee said he likes this stream better, which is the vertical, and Rhombus Rubus both agree. So I like that you guys have options, and that's also a plus too, because for me, I'm a fan of the hamburger, the horizontal. Maybe it's the time period I grew up in, but I prefer the other way better. I particularly watch most of my videos when I, subscribe or look for other people to watch. I watch the horizontal. And TikTok is made with the vertical, to which you guys like to look at the most. Isn't that something? I think it's because TikTok was born into the vertical feed, so I didn't feel any type of way. But seeing YouTube be one way and then convert to the other, I'm stuck. Isn't that weird? Well, here we are. Welcome into the morning moon. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. It is Taco Tuesday, and it is the 5th of August. And I have the news on in the background. Excuse me, I have to get my earrings out of here. I have the news on in the background, and y'all, the lady was like, "Good morning, everyone. Some of you are getting ready to go back to school today." I'm like, oh man, I feel so sorry for the children. It took me a long time after I graduated to get over the fact that, when it's August time, like when the 4th of July is over, it's basically starting. It's time to start switching gears and going back to school. It took me years to get over that because I will always have this anxiety after 4th of July was over. It's like, oh man, I gotta get ready, go back to school. It would feel so heavy. Like if y'all believe in ghosts or watch ghost movies, let's say that, you know how in those horror movies they say it feel like something heavy behind you haunting you. That's what it felt like when it was time for me to go. Well, it felt like it was time for me to go back to school. It was like the spirit of education was haunting me. Like, it's time to go back to school. Like, that. I cannot go on. I cannot do this. Somebody save me. But that's over. I've overcame that. But it took some years because, I mean, you go to school from pre-K all the way to 18, 19 years of age. And sometimes, you know, some kids have it rough. You know, they don't get out of there till they're like 21, 22. I know at our school in high school, I think the cap was 22. So you could graduate, but the cutoff was 22 years of age because they recognized things happen. So some kids went all the way up to the button. Whew, 22 years of getting up, trying to dodge the school bus, worried about what lunch is going to be like. That's torture, man. And then once you get your diploma, it's all over in the flash. If you don't go to college, you know, it's like, oh my gosh. Now, I don't even want to think about it anymore. I'm just very glad that I don't have to do that anymore. Let me see if I have an emoji of buses. Oh, it's not a cheese bus, y'all, but I'm going to put this in here. Here's a bus that I will put in there. I am thankful that, thanks to modern day technology, guys, that there is college where you can go and get your education online. So that makes up for, like, me, if I want to go back to school or finish my college degree, I can just finish that puppy online and be done with it, and, you know, be at the comfort of my own home doing it. And I can pick which school I want to go to. I don't have to actually go in the, you know, the state that I'm in. So that's another thing too. So thinking about back then when we first were in school compared to now, you do have a lot of options. And even our commercials they were playing last year, I didn't see any commercials this year about those schools where they have pre-K homeschool from, you know, pre-K to high school or whatever. I did not see one homeschool commercial this time, but nonetheless they have it now, so the parents, if they're willing and interested, they can, you know, go through the certifications, I think, and teach their kids from K through 12. If I was that smart, I would have done that, or at least taken the classes, so I know, like, if our kid needed help with homework, I know I could do it. But hey, once again, I'm glad those options are out there to make this world a bit of a better place. It is almost the 10-minute mark. I'm getting my notes ready because I'm excited. It's time to do the cows in the chat song. Let me get my precious little cows ready. We let them in already. They've been fed. And you know that saying where they say touch grass? I'm like, well, cows touch grass because they have to eat it every day. Cats too. We talked about cats and how they eat grass, and how yesterday someone in the comments said we can have the AI robots deliver cats some grass too because they need that. So cats can place orders on the delivery robots and, you know, order a container of grass. Ouch, 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 ouch. That's really hot still. I thought I left the lid open so it can be cooled off. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, animals, artificial intelligence, and all living, breathing things here on planet Earth. It is time for Cows in the Chat here on Morning Moon. They say America is the great American melting pot. I beg to differ. Planet Earth is the great melting pot. Welcome to Planet Earth. We are all here stuck on this spinning thing together. I sing a little song that goes like this while we put cows in the chat. Harmonica, please. Thank you. Ooh, Calls in the chat, calls in the chat, moo. Calls in the chat, calls in the chat. Calls in the chat, calls in the chat, moo. Calls in the chat, calls in the chat. We are putting cows in the chat to celebrate the precious bovine because all have you know, the science people and the government people are placing the blame on these precious cows. Saying that we are the reason for global warming. I guess they ran out of people to blame, so they started placing the blame of our global climate on these cows. Here, look, we have a moose in there. Here at Elay TV, we like to take the time to say we apologize, you precious bovines. Had it not been for you, you know what? There would have been no Burger King. Thank you for coming in, guys, with your audience participation, liking and subscribing. And you know I have to throw a unicorn in there. We have a cow in there. We have a moose in there. Is that an elk? You see that? Y'all see that emoji with the gray animal with the the curl hooves? I think I like to call that type of animal like a fancy one because his horns are laid down to the side of his head and curled like that. It's like that's the fancy bovine. That's the one who goes to elite universities to learn all there is to know about the finer grasses in life, the finer wheats and grains in life that he can graze on so he can set himself apart from the city cow. I'm a fancy cow. I must set myself apart from all you city cows. Whatever, dude. Do you think there's some snobby cows out there in the world? In my imagination, I'm gonna say yes, because of the emoji Lee put in there. That's funny. There, so I have everything locked and loaded. You chose Captain Crunch. You guys are really participating in the survey. I need to participate too. So we have, which cereal would you choose today? We have Captain Crunch, any kind. Kick cereal, any kind. Pass, I'll just have coffee in my Squidward tentacles voice from SpongeBob. We have McNaughty. He picked Captain Crunch and he was super loud about that with the big old emoji. Captain Crunch! I need to choose which one because you know Kick Cereal has the yellow box. They have a mixed berry box which is purple. And I think they still might have like the chocolate one. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go with Kick Cereal, the multi-berry one, because the box is pretty and I want something kind of like that today. So my cereal choice is, I'm looking for the cereal bowl. I'm gonna vote. I am not able to physically participate in the survey like you guys, but I always try to remember to type my answer in here. So thank you for that. I look forward to seeing how the scales will turn towards the end of this live stream. Let me put Kicks. I'm choosing Pikachu. I choose you, Pika. Pikachu cereal. I'm choosing Kicks. Multi-berry cereal. I'm going to tell you guys how it looks. I'm not sure if the cereal is discontinued, but since I brought it up, I am going to let you guys know about that cereal. Kick cereal was fun. When I think about it, I think about how in grade school our teacher would make little necklaces out of the cereal. She would get a pointy needle and thread the cereals together and make little bracelets and necklaces and stuff like that. Like the candy, you know how the candy is on the string? Well, our teacher would do that with cereal. So, side note, I'm going to look up the cereal so I can tell you guys about it. Images. Here it is. It's still available. So it's called Berry Kicks, and it is Berry Kicks whole grain breakfast cereal, corn cereal, family size. And here it is. Do they have, well, it says Berry Kicks. I thought it was going to be more, informative to let you guys know what type of berries are in there. But that's the cereal I picked, Berry Kicks. And it's a multi-colored. It's got like brown, tan, purplish, red in there. That's the color. That's pretty too. So that's what I'm picking. All right, you guys, it's Taco Tuesday. Once again, thank you for coming in. I don't know if I'm going to have tacos today for Taco Tuesday. We try to be on target with that, but it's nice having that out there. So let me get to the top and welcome everybody in. Thank you, Rhombus Rubus, for coming in. Lee, thank you for McNaughty for coming in. And LA, every time I'm on here, LA's on here, I'm going to have to see what's going on with her. I mean, every single time I go live, she is here. I don't know, y'all. It's something. Something's just not right. Welcome in. It's time to get started. Today is Tuesday, and I want to see what's going on with Elon Musk. I do have a special playlist set aside just for him, because it's really interesting talking about him. He's changing the world, whether you like him or not. This guy is making history, and we are a part of it. He is changing the world. He is a part of the climate change far as politically. We're here, so it's just something I find curiosity in. Let me fold this over so I can pull up my tab, because what I typed in this morning is what's going on with Elon Musk. Over here, I call him Mr. Sir Elon Musk because he's got so many alleged titles. He's got his hands in Tesla. He's got his hands in like electronics, Twitter. Oh, he was over there in, with the government for a while, so he's doing a lot of things. Yes, that's a real cereal. I just shared with everyone. It is, oh, did I close it? It's called Berry Kicks, and it's a purple box, and it's multiple flavors of like berries, and it's a nice cereal. So that's what I chose today. But if you type in Berry Kicks, Berry, you'll see it. Yeah, that's a real thing. Yeah. Thank you for coming in from Algeria. You've come from a long way. It is currently 5:21 a.m. over here, and it is August 5th, 2025. Let me get some more tea before I get started. I do not want to lose my voice. I have tea. Usually I'll have coffee or hot chocolate, but this time I'm sticking to the tea so I can make sure I take care of my voice. The cereal of choice again is it's a mixture of Fruit Loops and Lucky Charms. Even though it's not in the survey, this is the cereal that I do have. Yesterday I tried to show y'all the cereal I have, and if some of it fell out on the floor, I was pretending crying, but I was sad. I'm like, my cereal. Alright, so I am using the Google search engine. Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. You could have been anywhere else, but you are here today. I hope you guys' yesterday was perfect. We all had a good time here. We held it down for 3 hours hanging out on the morning, celebrating our work week. Yeah, I pretend to cry all the time. And when I'm in public, I say I'm reverse crying, because sometimes things just hit me, life be life, and you might see something that just strike a nerve with you. For example, going to the store, you see a kid unattended, and it's like the scenario just don't look right. It's like, man, he's not supposed to be out here like that by himself. The kid is like this tall. It's like reverse crying. You see it so much, so frequently. It's like, man, I just be like, I'm reverse crying, but I really be sad, man. It's like, man, it's tough out here sometimes. It's tough out here. I woke up this morning and I like to go through my timeline of YouTube to see what's going on in the world, to kind of figure out what I'm going to have playing on in the background as I go through my daily tasks and stuff. And sometimes the YouTubers, they be going through some things. Life can get tough, It's like, man, reverse cry for them and keep moving forward. So if you want to follow me specifically, I'm going through the Google search engine. Yep, that's exactly right. Yep, that's how you handle it, you know. I agree with you. Y'all, I agree with you on that too. Pretend to cry, then start laughing at the end. Just it's a healthy way to cope. It's a healthy way to acknowledge, you know, what's going on in your world at that present time. It's a good way to express yourself. You don't want to deny yourself emotional expression. However you want to, make sure it's done in a healthy way too, so you also benefit from the experience and move forward. Google.com, and I typed in the search engine what's going on with Elon Musk. Thank you guys for your comments and your inputs. So I typed in what's going on with Elon Musk today. It's been a minute since I made a video about him, so it's probably a lot. So according to AI, it says today, comma, August 5th, comma, 2025, comma. Do we really need all those commas in there? It's like 3 commas, y'all. Today, August 5th, 2025, Elon Musk is making headlines primarily due to a significant, shock award from Tesla. What? Okay. Tesla board approved a new pay package for Musk. Oh boy, granting him 96 million shares. Oh boy, currently valued at approximately $29 billion. This package is designed to incentivize Musk to remain in the key executive role at Tesla for at least 2 years. This comes after a previous pay package. This comes after a previous pay package was invalidated by a judge. Now, before I got to the end of this paragraph, when they offered him so much in shares, I instantly thought about the previous videos I did when he did start to become out of pocket. One of the videos picks up in the timeline where it was showing that Elon Musk had a temper tantrum during a private conference call with some big wigs, right? And the people who wanted to talk to him were not pleased with how he handled himself when one of the members in this meeting did not agree with Elon Musk. So that's where it started. Elon Musk got upset. He left the call because he wasn't pleased with one of the people at the table not going with what he wanted to go with. The next time we did a video, it was Elon Musk getting in trouble in the White House. So they're saying he was doing too much. He was spreading himself too thin. They were trying to handle him with care from the outside looking in, with respect, to say, dude, you need to, go back to Tesla. What you've done here is fine. Now you're over exerting yourself over here. We got to get you out. In the previous videos that I covered, in the verbiage, in the quotations of how these people were talking about Elon, they were basically saying, yo, he's doing too much. We tried to have some meetings to, handle this in private before we had to go public. And you see how that all played out. Public humiliation. Get him out of here or else. But they tried to handle it quietly. And I was reading the articles and the meetings before that happened. So I'm saying all this to say, to kind of keep you guys abreast of what's been going on and why it's so interesting, because it's like real life, reality TV. If I'm going to watch some reality TV, this is the reality TV right now that's got me interested. So what happened? I don't want to lose my train of thought. By me reading, the Tesla board approved a new pay package for Musk, granting him 96 million shares. I instantly thought they had to do something to keep him still, so he don't go off into la la land trying to put together another robot or start another project when he's already started something with this Tesla thing. See, what it was the investors and the people who, rallied with him in regards to this whole Tesla thing were like, dude, you're focusing too much of your time in this White House. We need you back over here because you're causing so much chaos. We've got people destroying your merch in protest because they're not happy, and this isn't a good look. If stocks are starting to plummet, we trusted you, Elon. We invested in you. We rallied behind you, but your decisions kind of are affecting our bottom line now. So that's basically what the meetings were before it seemed like they had no other choice but to put his information on blast and basically sit him down from out of the White House and have him go back to where he started, which is the Tesla products. So that's what happened. He started messing with everybody's money. People, I like to say, wealthy or not, people have a plan. They have families to take care of, rightfully so. They plan their futures and according to what they're investing in on down the road. And if it's getting too shaky and this wasn't in the cards, they got angry. So today, August 2025, Elon Musk is making headlines primarily due to a significant stock award from Tesla. The Tesla board approved a new pay package for Musk, granting him 96 billion shares, currently valued at approximately $29 billion. This package is designed to incentivize Musk to retain a key executive role at Tesla for at least 2 years. So they locked him down to be still for 2 years. This comes after a previous pay package was validated by a judge. Here's a more detailed breakdown. Oh yeah, let's see what the detailed breakdown is. You guys, this is really fun. Let me scooch this over to make sure I'm not missing comments, guys. I accidentally put the article on top of the comments, and I'm sorry. Thank you for subscribing. I just subscribed. Mark Jackson, thank you for coming in. Robots, beep, beep, boop, boop, bop, bop. This is basically the second day we are all here talking about robots because this is where we are now. This is where we are in life. We are facing the music and seeing what's ahead of us as brave people. As the brave people we are actually catching up with current events in reference to what's happening with our world today. And I'm having a good time. Thank you guys for your patience as I poke at keys and respond to people every once in a while. We have a more detailed breakdown. Tesla stock award. Tesla's bond granting Musk a substantial stock award, contingent on his continued service as a key executive for 2 years. So they tightened up in reference to him. Thank you so much, Mark Jackson, for subscribing, because you sure didn't have to. The article continues on in reference to Elon Musk's purpose. The award is meant to ensure Musk continue focus on Tesla, especially given the previous pay package and validation. Now, I need to know about this pay package and validation. To me, from the outside looking in, it seems like that's just a nice soft way to cover up what he was doing, which was acting up, spending too much time on one project and forgetting the baby project, which is Tesla. But they're saying package and validation. Market reaction. The stock award has been met with positive reactions from analysts who see it as removing uncertainty about Musk's future with Tesla. They were concerned because there was a point when his appearance seemed like he was really tired. I believe there was a comment where it was, they say he seemed as though he was burning the candles at both ends. And I believe it, just doing too much, way too much, way too much. Potential forfeiture. If the court restores the invalidated 2018 pay package, the news shares will be forfeited, according to Reuters. AI Overview was giving us the luxury to dive deeper into this, so we're about to see what else AI Overview has to say in addition to what we've already read. This is bananas. What's going on today with Elon Musk? Based on the latest reports as of today, August 5th, 2025, here is a summary of recent developments involving Elon Musk. Please be advised when I push the deeper dive, it will repeat some of the things loosely, but it will also tie in additional information that we have not covered. So it may sound slightly repetitive, but the AI will also tie in a couple of other things. Based on the latest reports as of today, August 5th, 2025, here's a summary of recent developments involving Elon Musk. Tesla compensation package. Compensation package. I have a parrot here who comes in and chimes in after a couple of words. Tesla's board has approved a new compensation package for Elon Musk consisting of 96 million shares, valued at approximately $29 billion. This comes after a Delaware judge struck down his previous $65 billion pay plan. The award aims to retain Musk's focus on Tesla, particularly as the company shifts towards robotics and artificial intelligence amidst failing sales and heightened competition. Heightened competition? Who is Elon Musk's heightened competition? Who could be in competition with Elon Musk? I'm actually going to type that in the new tab so I can come back to that question. Who in the world is in competition with Elon Musk? And I'll let that question generate and I'll come back to it. That's crazy. So yeah, they really had to tighten up the reins if that's the case to get him back on point, because he's messing up their investments. You don't want to mess around with those people, man. Tesla sales and loyalty. Tesla's brand loyalty in the U.S. has significantly decreased since Musk endorsed former President Trump last summer. The company also reported an 8.4% drop in China-made EV sales, thus electric vehicles. No, but I think I've heard of it. I'll have to look more into that. The company also reported an 8.4% drop in China-made EV sales in July compared to the previous year in Europe. Okay. Sales declined in several key markets even after the Model Y revamp. So they did a revamp on another Tesla. I have a lot to catch up on. This summary is poking out key points that I need to go back and look into now. There's a Model Y Tesla and they did a revamp on it. What's there to revamp? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Well, thank you for that. Let me grab my handy dandy. Where are you? Where's my ink pen? Found it. It is called, I see it. Just one moment. That sounds, I know it's not. It sounds like a video game. There. So I don't forget that. I'm writing it down. Okay, duly noted. So I can check into that afterwards. Thank you for that. So they're doing a revamp on the Model Y. Don't know why. Legal challenges and autopilot. Oh boy, you know? It seems like this is brought up every time Tesla is mentioned. Legal challenges in autopilot. A Florida jury recently ordered Tesla to pay $243 million in a fatal 2019 crash involving an autopilot-equipped Model S. Tesla was found partially liable for the crash. SpaceX and Starlink. SpaceX launched 28 Starlink satellites from Cape Canaveral on August 4th, 2025. That's this year, guys. That happened yesterday. SpaceX and Starlink. SpaceX launched 28 Starlink satellites from Cape Canaveral yesterday, August 4, 2025. The Falcon 9 rocket's first stage successfully landed on the Just Read the Instructions drone ship. Just Read the Instructions drone ship. Now, it's in quotation, so I think that's what he named it. That's a different name for a ship. Just Read the Instructions. Okay. Neuralink clinical trials. Neuralink plans to conduct a clinical study in Great Britain to test how its brain chips can enable patients with severe paralysis to control digital and physical tools with their thoughts. I like technology, but what makes me sad is that there's always someone on the dark side of the spectrum of morality who likes to make good things bad. That's what I feel. It just makes me sad. X, formerly known as Twitter, I still call it Twitter. I hope he goes back to calling it Twitter. I miss the bird, y'all. I miss the blue Twitter bird. That was so cute. So X, formerly known as Twitter. That's a personal choice, but just know that once again, there's always someone on the dark side of the moon who likes to take these inventions and not be nice with them. Neuralink clinical trials. Neuralink plans to conduct a clinical study in Great Britain to test how its brain chips can enable patients with severe paralysis to control digital and physical tools with their thoughts. X, formerly known as Twitter, updates. Musk AI chat box Grok, spelled Grok or Grok, Grok, recently drew criticism for generating. I haven't found a way to say this word because but it's it says recently drew criticism for generating anti-something content. Musk later stated that the issue was being addressed. Linda Yaccarino resigned as CEO of X in early July. Wow. So her name is spelled Yaccarino. Yaccarino. She resigned as CEO after that happened. That might be something else I may want to look into. Who resigns from Twitter? That's saying a lot. Wow. Political act. I haven't heard anyone just willfully resign from Twitter. Only thing I know as far as people leaving Twitter is when Elon first bought Twitter and fired everybody. That's the closest thing that came to people actually leaving Twitter. I haven't heard anybody complain in the masses, I don't like working for Twitter, it's an awful job. I haven't heard that. But then on another note, he started to ask people to come back because he needed help running the ship. That's still crazy though. Final bullet point on here is political activities. Musk left his position as senior advisor in the Trump administration after a public dispute. He has since announced plans to establish a new political party called the America Party. He also previously threatened to support challengers to members of Congress who voted for President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill. That was heavy too. To me, it was kind of scary because it surprised me when Elon Musk came out and said those things. He said a couple of big things that he didn't like that was happening in the White House. This was happening all around the time when his investors were trying to get him out of all of that because it was tanking the Tesla stock and things were just going awry in the realm of Tesla. It was like a big fire. It was like little fires and it was about to turn into an explosion. Bad on his teeth. That is funny. Yeah, he'll be here in a couple of days. I'm actually looking forward to Hercules the Shark. And you guys miss him too. He will be here Friday. He put out a short yesterday making his grand announcement that he will be returning. He's contemplating whether or not he should call it Fish Fry Fridays with Hercules the shark, but that's in the works. Hercules is a happy camper. You should have saw him smile. You ever see a shark smile? Whoo! Just like in Finding Nemo with the sharks and so on. It's creepy because they show all their teeth and it's like, hi? I'm gonna go sit over there. Yeah. So that's all in reference to what's going on with Elon Musk today, as of August 5th, 2025. The next question that AI Overview brought up that I must talk about, that sparked my curiosity, is Hercules Live. Thank you for marking your calendars. I have here, who in the world is in competition with Elon Musk? Thank you guys for expressing your zeal for Hercules. Hercules, Hercules. So AI Overview mustered up an answer, so I'm curious to read what it says. Elon Musk faces competition from several individuals. Did y'all know that? Across his various ventures in the space industry, there's Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin and Peter Beck's Rocket Lab are significant rivals to Musk's SpaceX. In the electric vehicle market, Jeff Bezos' Slate Auto and Chinese EV electric vehicles manufacturer BYD are emerging as key competitors to Tesla. Wow. Additionally, Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, is a competitor in the AI space, despite having previously co-founded AI with Musk. Now, I remember Jeff, but I honestly didn't think of him as competition because to me it seems like they're in two different worlds. And there's plenty enough room for everybody. I believe there was this really cool documentary that came on where they were talking about the dawn of Amazon and where Jeff wanted to go with Amazon. And this guy he's got some big dreams. It is kind of like on the realm of Elon Musk taking over a lot of things. But I just left it at that because at that time, I want to say, I think the documentary came out with Bezos on the cuffs or the brinks of his divorce with his wife. So the timing of it all, it was crazy. But he wants to do a lot of things too. But I just kept it like that. I didn't look at it as competition. But what's sparking my interest are these other names involved that I didn't know about till today. So for my peace of mind and comprehension, I want to read this over again. He's got more than one person out here who's in the league of competition as far as robot life and stuff. So yeah, it's getting murky out here. Elon Musk faces competition from several individuals and companies across his various ventures in the space industry. Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, and Peter Beck. So there's Peter Beck, Rocket Lab are significantly rivals to Musk's SpaceX. In the electric vehicle market, Jeff Bezos, Slate Auto, and then the Chinese electric vehicle manufacturers. I wonder I don't hear much about them. But when I think about it, perhaps when you think about like the Mercedes-Benz cars, I believe they have part electric vehicles now. So maybe that's what this article means in reference to that when they say like Chinese or something. Like these foreign cars are starting to be half and half or hybrid cars. Maybe that's what it means. So Auto and Chinese EV manufacturer known as electric vehicle manufacturer BYD are emerging as key competitors to Tesla. Additionally, here's another player, Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, is a competitor in the AI space, despite having previously co-founded AI with Musk. So that's crazy. If I'm understanding this right, the Sam Altman guy was working along with Elon Musk and then they paired off. if someone is taking the reins to be a leader by default, that may not be the title they want. They just have the strength or the courageousness to do something that they want to do that's so different from everyone else. That will be considered being a leader, because you're just brave enough to do something. It could be small, but you're a leader because you're brave enough to do something. Having said that, now with these additional people coming out that are now deemed competitors according to AI, this will open the floodgates for more people to, you know, to gird up and try to stick their hands in the game and try to be a part of this whole technological thing that's happening. So I'm guessing between now and a couple years from now, there's going to be more people who are out here trying to have, what is it, self-driving cars, satellites, and all this stuff. It might turn into a poop show for a minute as more people, test their hands at all this stuff. What do you think? It's so science fiction, but we're in it right now. We can't carry enough fuel to travel to Mars. As I read that out loud, that sounds so bonkers, man. It's like lightly thinking you don't even need fuel to Mars. If you float, you just float out there. That's my science lesson. Just float on out there and get. Thank you for your comment. Here's a more detailed breakdown. How much more can you break this down? Oh, break it down. Yo, gabba gabba. We've got space industry. Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin. Bezos and Musk have a long-standing rivalry. Y'all hear that? With their companies, Blue Origin and SpaceX, competing for government contracts and technological advancements in reusable rockets and lunar missions. How long has this been going on? Don't we all? They've been talking about needing an alternate for fuel energy since 1993-94. At least that's when I started paying attention to it. They've been saying this for a long time. Peter Beck, Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab is, I've heard of that. Rocket Lab is another company focused on space launch services. It also looks like space lunch. Rocket Lab is another company focused on space launch services, challenging SpaceX dominance in the commercial space industry. Here's the electric vehicle portion, guys. Jeff Bezos, Slate Auto, in parentheses. Bezos is reportedly backing Slate Auto, a secretive EV startup. Now, how is it a secretive AI? Oh, Lord, help me. Keep me safe, God. Oh, I'm not reading something I'm not supposed to. Electric vehicles, Jeff Bezos, Slate Autos. Bezos is... is reportedly backing Slate Auto, a secretive EV startup aiming to compete with Tesla in the electric truck market. BYD, this Chinese EV manufacturer, has become a global leader in electric car sales, surprising Tesla in some quarters. Surprising Tesla in some quarters? I wonder if one of those quarters where it was a surprise is when, they were trying to get him to kind of come back to where he originally started from. Because there was in the news maybe a month or two ago, let's just say 2 months ago, where the news was saying that the stocks in Tesla were going up and down. But it was because he was all over the place, doing too much. AI, Sam Altman, OpenAI. While Musk co-founded OpenAI, he later criticized the company's direction under Altman, leading to a competitive relationship in the AI field. Just cannot leave well enough alone. So they have a deep dive, so I'm getting ready to read. Who is in competition with Elon Musk? Here's a deep dive. In addition, there is more. How much more could you want, guys? This is crazy. Dude, yes, this is what the morning mood was about, man. I really enjoy this topic. It's fun. In addition to his diverse business ventures, Elon Musk is facing increasing competition from several prominent individuals and companies across the globe. Across the globe. He is no longer in competition with himself. He is in competition across the globe, y'all, according to AI. Here's a look at some of his most noble rivals. They said noble. Jeff Bezos, as the founder of Amazon and Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos is a key rival to Musk, particularly in the space industry. Man, this is crazy. This is some superhero science fiction stuff happening right before our eyes. Blue Origin competes with SpaceX for government contracts and in developing rocket technology, according to CNN. Do y'all think CNN gonna be with us in the next 5 years? Shout out to Stephen Colbert. What's happening to TV, y'all? I'm crying. What's happening to TV? What's happening to my late night talk shows, man? They're killing TV. They're killing TV. How you doing today? Welcome in. Long time no see for the both of you. We got Wayne and the Heezy and Lord Kelvin and the Heezy. I am catching up on good times with Mr. Sir Elon Musk. Dude, did you know he's in competition? He's no longer in competition with himself. Elon Musk is in competition with a few other people, and according to AI, some people across the globe. So I'm curious to see who he's in competition with. We are currently in the deep dive of this question right here. We've got Amazon's Project Kuiper, a low Earth orbit satellite. Now that sounds interesting. Amazon's Project Kuiper, a low Earth orbit satellite system, is a direct competitor to SpaceX Starlink internet service. Now, you guys, according to AI overview, let me find it. SpaceX Starlink launched 28 satellites from Cape Canaveral yesterday, August 4, 2025. The Falcon 9 rocket's first stage successfully landed on the Just Read the Instructions drone ship. That's crazy. So Starlink is out. It's an interesting invention, actually. It's very interesting. If I can remember the advertisement correctly, it's like the internet that cannot pass away. It's the internet that you can get from sea to shining sea, the desert, the rural areas where the cows are, such as myself, and where Hercules lives. So yeah, it's a lot going on, guys. This is what AI Overview said. The rivalry extends to the richest person in the world rankings, where Bezos and Musk frequently vie for the top spot, notes CNN. It's amazing what makes some people happy. For me, it's the little things. And I'm quite sure for you guys, y'all don't need all of that to be happy. I'm happy we are who we are. Let's give a round of applause for all of us. Shouts out to you. Should I say shouts out to Moo. Man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I honestly wouldn't be surprised, Tarsus. In the world of imagination, where thoughts are unlimited, I'm quite sure that probably is happening. Where else they gonna put it? Ah, man, this planet, man. You know, I don't even know if I would want to come here. Like, if I was an alien come and just pass it through, and I was like, oh, look at this planet. It looks pretty. Let's fly in closer. Then I'll have an earpiece to hear what's going on down into the world. And I'm listening and I'm seeing what's going on. I'm like, abort, abort, let's go somewhere else. Let's turn the ship around. Let's go somewhere else. That's okay. I don't think I would want to come here. Sam Altman, OpenAI Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, and his company are in direct competition with Musk XAI in the field of artificial intelligence, y'all. Musk XAI and OpenAI are competing to develop advanced AI models and applications. We have to know what's going on. In 1984, yes, they do. Aliens love cows. Wasn't that in the 90s where you could get a lot of iron-on patches from the mall where it had UFOs beaming up cows? I always thought that was cool. Not the beaming up part, but the illustration itself, you know. But that's really cool. Oh man. And on lunch boxes, they used to put the stickers on lunch boxes and all that stuff. I think at one point there was a company that came on TV when the credits were rolling would go off. It was an alien beaming up a cow. Good times. You remember that. That's funny. Let me see if I can I'm gonna put this in here. Let me put this emoji in here. Watch this. Come on. Why would the emoji asks me to search a specific emoticon I'm looking for, and when I type it in, it's like, can I find it? So I had to go through here the long way to look to see what I'm looking for, and that's ridiculous. No. I thought it was let me see if I could put it on here. I don't think I've learned how to type comments on my cell phone. I usually just type them off of my computer. What I was looking for is a UFO or my spaceship one I usually use, but I don't see it. So I was going to put the UFO and the cow, but I don't have access to it. Let me scroll down here and see. It's taking me back to prehistoric times, y'all. When emojis first came out, you had to look through all of them to find what you wanted. I think we're going back in time. Something's happening. I found it. Had to go I found it, y'all. Crying shame. There's my spaceship and there's my cow. I did it. Yes. Beaming up tofu. Now that's something you're gonna have to take with Edward Cullen, because that's what those vampires on. The ones that no longer eat people. They on some type of vampire tofu diet. I feel sorry for him because he confessed to Bella Swan. I'm loosely paraphrasing, you know, that he didn't really like it. But you know it'll do because they're trying to live a clean life. A clean life of not eating people. Shameless plug. I have an old YouTube video where it's called The Vegetarian Crocodile. And he's singing that he has to stop eating people. Vegetarian Crocodile. That should still be up. And he's singing, there's somewhere over the rainbow is playing in the background. And the crocodile is like, I gotta stop eating people. I'm trying to be a vegetarian. And Goku is in it also. So that's all I'm saying. But I have that. I'm looking for my UFO on here so I can put it in here. But yeah, I have a video. CAL, the vegetarian. I'm typing it in. And thank goodness for spell check. There it is. just so you guys can know, put that in quotations. There. I have a video called The Vegetarian Crocodile. It's funny. Check it out if you want. She's typing! She's typing! There. Let me see if I can find the alligator. So you guys are expressing yourselves with the power of emojis. Hercules gonna be alright. Hercules, he's fully aware of what's going on with that stuff. You should see all the things he have. He claimed he's prepared for any and everything. He likes to pride himself on going to college, shark college, to learn how to travel and swim in all waters. So who knows what else he's learned? Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Here it is, you guys. Perfect. I'll put that in there. I'll go back to the article. What is a normal one? Is there such thing as a normal one? Yeah, because everybody has a preference. Hold on, let me maximize this here. Let's see what's going on. Please stand by. There is this movie though where these aliens, is a kid movie, and there's the pug dog. The aliens tried to scan the dog, but they couldn't recognize what he is because they were like, they didn't know if he was a pig or if he was a dog. And then they just said he's a loaf of bread. But they fizzed out because they couldn't classify what type of dog it was, but it was a pug. They were like, they don't know what it is. It's a pig, it's a dog, it's a pig, it's a dog. And they short circuited. I thought that was funny. And that's what happened on there. But moving forward with everything. Please be advised I'm multitasking, so I have to check out a couple of things as we move forward. There. I'm pushing the wrong buttons. But nonetheless, let me carry on with what I'm doing. We are going to get back to the grand article and figure out what's going on in here in the world of his competitors. Musk has accused OpenAI of abandoning its original nonprofit mission in favor of commercialization, a claim OpenAI has called incoherent and frivolous, according to Newsweek. Man, isn't that something? So when did this happen? Because now Musk has accused AI of abandoning its original nonprofit mission. Isn't that something? Because about a month or two ago, they had to get him back on track for appearing to, spend too much time on one project over the other. Now he's complaining that someone else is abandoning something. Musk has accused AI of abandoning its original, nonprofit mission in favor of commercialization, a claim OpenAI has called incoherent and frivolous, according to Newsweek. Isn't that something? He don't want to be called out, but he's calling people out for the same thing. If this is enough drama right here, man. This is enough drama for anybody to take on, because this has something to do with what's going on in our world today. It's sad, man. Well, let me get this all hammered out over here. Thank you guys for coming in, and let me put that over there. Oh wow, I did incredibly great. Let me multitask and fix my things on here. I'm getting better at multitasking. Put that there. I'm going over in here to get things set up. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. And did I do that correctly? I think so. And let me go over here and push Continue. I think I did correctly. I'll find out momentarily. That's all I can do. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the music playing in the background while LA gets things done in the house. I am back. Minimize. What? This list is long. Let me get to it. Mark Zuckerberg and Meta. Mark Zuckerberg's Meta is a significant competitor. Do you think so? They say he's a significant competitor to Musk in social media space. I don't know about that. It seems like he's so quiet now. But just because you're quiet don't mean you're not being productive. So I'll leave it at that. Meta's Thread app was launched as a direct rival to Musk X formerly. That's Threads. Are you guys on Threads? The competition has extended to public spats and personal rivalry between the two billionaires, according to CNN. BYD, build your dreams. Now they tell us what it means. Build your dreams. This Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer is a formidable challenger to Tesla in the global EV market. We've got BYD has surpassed, it surpassed Tesla in annual revenue and is expanding its global presence, particularly in markets outside of US, according to CNN. Now, I didn't know that. I'd like to hear more about that. What do you... So somebody actually surpassed Tesla? That's crazy. Let me get this fixed. And put that there. I think I'm doing this correctly. Part Rangers. And push save. I've got all these things in my way, but that's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. And push start. Have you guys seen Darkwing Duck? There's an episode when they said in order to defeat this potato plant, it was a vampire potato plant, you had to say potato backwards. So they were actually saying potato backwards. And that was the way. They was like, no, I don't think it's supposed to be like that. We actually have to say potato backwards. And so they were saying potato backwards, and it was working. I thought that was cool. That's just a side note in reference to all this stuff that's going on. They are known for producing a variety of affordable EVs with advanced technology. In China, BYD dominates the new energy vehicle market with significantly larger market shares than Tesla. Oh my goodness, according to CNN. Now that I didn't know. Other competitors. Now this is where we might find some additional information. In the electric vehicle industry, Tesla faces competition from traditional automakers like Volkswagen, as well as startups such as Rivian, Polestar, and Lucid, according to Newsweek and Reuters. That's a lot of competition, guys. It's saying more than what the previous article has said, thanks to this deep dive. Let me close all these things out. I've got too many windows open, guys. Let me fix this. Hold up. Let me close that out. I had too many things open. That's an accident. It's an accident waiting to happen? No. It's just an accident I made. I need to fix. There, that's that. In space exploration, besides Blue Origin, SpaceX also faces competition from companies like Rocket Lab. They're still doing stuff. Reality Space, Firefly Aerospace, and Arian Space. It's a lot of people, y'all. This is crazy. In the brain-computer interface BCI sector, Neuralink's competitors include companies like Centron, BlackRock, Neurotech, Paradigmics, and Precision Neuroscience, according to Business Insider and CV Insights. Dude, These companies are developing various types of BCI technologies for different applications, notes Business Insider. That's crazy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 additional people. In the realm of artificial intelligence, aside from OpenAI, other major players include Google, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Facebook, and Nvidia, according to Newsweek. It's important to note that the competitive landscape is constantly evolving as new technologies emerge and companies adapt to market changes. With this deep dive, man, it's a lot more people on here involved than I thought. And I was just saying, just imagine where we will be in about 5 years from now. How many more people will be out here in the spirit of competition? There's tons of people out here. This isn't a joke, because the way it was presented to me for all this time is as if it was only 2 people in the competitors market, which was the Amazon guy and the Tesla guy. It seemed like they were the only 2. No wonder these people who are investing are like, dude, you need to get back on and do your work, because there's other people, excuse me, there's other people out here trying to do the same thing we are. Excuse me again. Let me get myself together. So there's other people out here in addition to them who are trying to, compete with them. There's nothing wrong with competition, and it's the spirit of business. That's what I learned in school, having multiple business of the same thing, because it's in the spirit of good, competition and marketing and all that cool stuff. But you don't want to get too comfortable, though, if you are trying to sustain some type of ground with that. That's just like the spirit of entrepreneurship. When we were in school, the example they went by was McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's, with the main focus on McDonald's and Burger King. It's cool to be an entrepreneur. It's a great spirit to have. And I wouldn't want to say in competition, but that's the word they use. So at one time when I was a kid, during the hamburger regime of like Burger King truly competing with McDonald's and Wendy's, okay? There was this rule where hamburger restaurants couldn't be so close in proximity to one another, because although they wanted the business to be competitive amongst one another, they also wanted it to be fair for one another. They didn't want same restaurants being so close to one another. Now, as I grew older and I started seeing the landlines change and stuff around where I used to live, it seemed like that rule got abandoned, and it's like burger joints are sandwiched right next to one another. And it's like they don't care anymore. So it kind of makes it a little more harder for people out here who wants to do the same thing. I go back to thinking about Chef Ramsay. Chef Ramsay, where he's always, what is it? Not Hotel Hell, but Hell's Kitchen. There's Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares, where he's going in, looking around at these restaurants, and it's like, dude, there's another mom and pop restaurant right next door, and they're doing way better than you. In order for you to generate some people to come to your restaurant, you're gonna have to, number one, step it up. Number two, come at your thing with your restaurant another way. What else do you have on your menu that you specialize in that the restaurant down the street or right next door you don't offer? For example, there's this restaurant where they specialize in like Italian steaks. So that's what they decided to lead with that restaurant. Even though they were both like restaurants of the same caliber, like Italian style, family style restaurants, Chef Ramsay was like, what we're gonna have to do to distinguish ourselves from the same restaurants who are all around here is to focus on Italian steaks. So they rebranded basically and made the restaurant stick out. It just don't seem like that's happening too much nowadays. And I'm saying all that because after reading all of the competitors who are involved with this whole AI thing now, it's crazy. I didn't know it was so many. I don't think that Elon Musk perhaps expected so many to jump on the bandwagon as quickly and as swiftly as they did. So in order to keep their investment secure, I think that's why they locked him in with at such a price point for at least 2 years to tighten the ships to secure their investment. That is crazy. I don't want to go too long with this, but to me, this is enough information to go by so I can research behind the scenes to see what else is going on. Let me find my window. I have a couple of tabs down here. That I need to find. Here it is. So we talked about, first of all, what's going on with Elon Musk today currently, and I found out that in addition to today, yesterday he had some things happen. And before I close out of there, I'll tell you. It says here, let me find you. Yesterday, SpaceX and Starlink launched 28 Starlink satellites from Cape Canaveral on August 4, 2025. The Falcon 9 rocket's first stage successfully landed on the Just Read the Instructions drone ship. I'll close with that, and I'll have to put my citations in. It's probably going to be a whole lot of those, so that's what I'll be doing today, getting that taken care of. Let me go through my comments really quickly to see if I missed anything. I'll go all the way to the top. The top is where the poll is. You guys have really voted and participated in here. Which cereal would you choose today in this one shiny moment? We have Kick cereal any kind. That's crazy. Everything's coming in at 33%. We've got Kick cereal any kind, 33%. Captain Crunch any kind, 33%. And pass, I'll have a coffee at 33%. I don't know how that happened. That's weird, but it's a tie for all three. So I'll close out that survey. Shouts out to everyone who came in. LA, McNaughty, Hanzo, and the Heezy, Together for a Better World was here. Mark Jackson, we have June He, we have, let me scroll down here. Tarsis was in the Heezy talking about Hercules. We have Wayne, we have LA, David, we have, let me scroll down. That's it right there. Thank you guys for coming in. And I have to do the closing remarks. Let me put in here some closing remarks. This screen is, I need to scooch the screen over here so I can type in my information. Closing remarks. Let me pull up my emojis, my little computer and notebook paper. Closing remarks for today. Closing remarks. I had no idea that so many companies were out here competing. I had no idea that so many companies were out here competing with the Tesla brand and the Neuralink tech So that's my closing remarks right there. And I'm going to put in my emoji for expression. Tag. Capital T, I suppose. Capital T. Oh no, she's powering up. 1, 2. Now that's a good emoji right there. So that's the one I'll use for this. Here's my closing remarks for today's video. I had no idea that so many companies were out here competing with the Tesla brand and the Neuralink tag. That's crazy. I didn't know that. There. And ladies and gentlemen, before I go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And before we go, we have to participate in cows in the chat. Let me get everything set up. There we are. Copy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, animals, artificial intelligence, and all living, breathing things here. They say America is the great American melting pot. I beg to differ. Planet Earth is the great melting pot. And I am taking the time right here to say my deepest apologies to the cows, because they like to say that cows are the reason for global warming. I guess that the science people and the government people have ran out of people to place the blame on. This is the segment where we say cows in the chat, or we put cows in the chat, animal emojis in the chat, or your favorite emoji in general in the chat. And while that is happening, I sing a little song like this. Harmonica, please. Thank you. Ooh, Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Moo. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Moo. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. I'm putting some cows in the chat as a way to celebrate the precious cows, because science people have been putting the blame on them. I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for putting the cows in the chat. Please have your aerosol spray cans ready as the cows fill the chat. And one time, I have to put a unicorn in here. Unicorn, unicorn, U-N-I. There you are, unicorn. I've got some unicorns in here. If you want to make this world a better place, the science people of the world, why not give us a strawberry cow? And why not just bring unicorns back for the sake of making the world a better place? So I'm going to put strawberry cow in the chat. We already have unicorns in the chat. Thank you guys for your audience participation and putting cows in the chat. And previously, your laughing emojis in the chat. Let me put strawberry. S-T-R-A-W. I typed in strawberry and it's not showing me. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to go down the long, lowly road of searching through the emoticons to find one emoji in particular. Cue the bird. Particular. Here it is. Well, we need you guys to bring back the strawberry cows and unicorns if you want to heal the world and make this a better place. Thank you guys for the cows. I appreciate your audience participation. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Today on the Morning Moo, I talked about Elon Musk and what's going on in his world, which is our world. Our world, which is his world. Signing off until next video. Hercules will be here Friday. Shimmeroo, moo. Shimmeroo, moo. Shimmeroo, shimmeroo, moo. Yes, let me close that. Moo. Moo. Thank you. Bye-bye.